Recently, I realized I've spent most of my time writing code that never made it to production. I could have used that time pranking my dad, talking to my mom, or playing with my kids. But that was the era before AI. Now I'm going to teach you 5 ways to leverage AI to build software faster than ever and spend your valuable time hanging out in bars hitting on strangers. I'm just kidding, don't do it, it's a bad habit, but the code, that part's solid. Let's start with the number 1 trap that everybody falls into: giving the wheel to AI. Initially, you would want to just prompt the AI to create the entire app for you. But as a wise man once said, a true captain keeps the wheel even with masters in the crew. Because whenever you prompt AI to create something from scratch, it tends to invent a new framework and build the project in unusually weird ways. And as someone with years of experience in coding, I still don't approve the quality of AI written code, at least not at this point in time. Instead, what I would suggest is to treat AI as your pair programmer. You keep the control and ask for insight from AI. And the best way to achieve this is by using tools that give you chat and auto-completion features right inside your code editor. At this point, you may be asking, which AI should I use? So let's choose your pair programmer, or as I would like to call it, your first mate on the ship. Luckily, there are lots of good options available: Copilots, Cloud, Codium, Cursor, ChatGPT, and lots of others. Personally, I like the user-friendliness of Cursor and cool-lookingness of the Cloud. Because Cloud has a terminal-based CLI, and let's be honest, whenever someone sees you typing stuff into terminal and it spits out paragraphs, you instantly look like a hacker from a sci-fi movie. Let me know in the comments if you want a deep dive video comparing these AIs head-to-head. Now that you have elected your first mate on the ship, let's talk about what to delegate. As you may know, top developers design before they write any code. Let's say you want to integrate a new mechanism into your app, like fetching data. We all know there are a billion ways to fetch data inside a typical application. But which one is the best when it comes to scalability, security, performance, and maintainability? The one that passes all the tests and is sacred enough to be approved by the team lead and get merged into the main branch. That's a good place to ask AI for more insights. And congratulations, mate, you've just unlocked the power to over-engineer everything. At this point, you have written some code using AI, but now it's time to handle the errors. You may not remember, but not long ago, there was an era where we searched for solutions to our errors on Stack Overflow. Now, whenever you hit an error, you just copy-paste the error message into AI and ask for fixes. But here's the trap. It is very tempting to just paste the solution straight into your code and move on. But have my word, not understanding the solution AI gives you will come for you later. Like Tony Stark creating Ultron. He dropped code into his systems thinking it would help automate things, but without fully understanding it, it became a self-aware nightmare that almost wiped out the humanity. Your app may not destroy Sokovia, but your production server's next. If you keep dropping AI-generated code without understanding it, you may miss a critical security issue. You won't know how to debug it later. You're not learning anything, you're just building a ticking time bomb. And when the app crashes, they are going to run the git blame command and your name will be screamed all over the place. So understand the force, young dev. Don't just use it. Now that you have your code over-engineered and you're not seeing any errors on the console, it's time to see if the code actually passes all the tests. One of the biggest time sinks for developers is to write full coverage tests. Your boss who has zero knowledge in coding is going to be very happy when they see green check marks and progress bars lit up with 100% coverage on the screen. Let's be real, writing tests is like flossing. You know you should do it, but you probably won't unless someone's watching. But now you have no excuse. You concentrate on what matters the most, the logic, and let AI handle the tests. Like a true captain, you still control what gets tested and hand over the to-do list of boring tasks to the first mate of the ship. At this point, you have your code over-engineered, bug-free, fully tested, and ready to ship. Yet there is another boring task that always gets assigned to developers, and that is documenting the code. Let's be honest, no one wakes up excited to write documentation. You finish the feature, squash the bug, push the commits, and think, I'll just write the docs later. You won't. You never do. And guess who's going to suffer? The future you, tired, over-caffeinated, 6 months later, staring at your own cryptic function called handle data magic, like, what the hell was this supposed to do? To avoid that, just feed your function, class, or components into AI and say, document this. Or better yet, explain this like I'm 5. AI can give you clean doc strings, summarized logic, parameter breakdowns, use cases, edge case notes, even full-blown README files if you're feeling fancy. Think about it. A new dev joins your team, they break the code you wrote, then they walk up to you and ask you what it does, and at this point all you need to do is to put on your sunglasses and say, just read the documentation, newbie. Or you're preparing for a code review, AI can summarize what changed and why. Or you need public docs or API references. Let AI lay the first draft. You just polish. But overall, the more your code is documented, the more you and your team understand it. Less confusion, fewer merge conflicts, faster onboarding. You'll catch flaws, edge cases, and performance issues just by reading what AI gives back. And that's how you leverage AI to build better software faster without losing your mind or your free time. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next high velocity deploy.